Why is there a desert in Canada? G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. This particular video was suggested to me by one of my members on Discord. Shout out to Cam. Love all the suggestions that we get on Discord, guys. Love all our Discord community. Please join us on Discord. You'll find the link in the description down below. At the moment, I'm encouraging everyone to put up their pictures of Christmas, of the snow. In the In Real Life channel, I'm seeing so many awesome pictures. Guys, jump on, show me your pictures, and we'll make a video. Okay, let's get into it. Why is there a desert in Canada? Let's roll.
Canadians live close to the U.S. border. 90% live within only 200 miles of their neighbor. We're also all aware of the summarized reasons of this fascinating phenomenon. It's mostly due to increasing extreme weather the further north you go, harsh environments, no agricultural chances, and simply uninhabitable territories and regions. Now, Canada can be divided into 7 physiogeographic regions: the Canadian Shield, the Interior Plains, the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Lowlands, the Appalachian region, the Western Cordillera, Hudson Bay Lowlands, and the Arctic Archipelago.
I'm not sure what any of that means, or any of those places are.
Which includes all the northern islands, is almost simply uninhabitable. With an average temperature of around 0 degrees all year round, this is not the ideal place to live. However, 23,073 people do reside on the northern islands of Canada.
They do, yeah.
But obviously that's not what this video is about.
No.
Because although Canada is home to snow, cold, and harsh environments, like you can see in these pictures, along these features there is an actual desert. And not one made of snow like Antarctica. No, a real sandy desert, like the ones you find in northern Africa. We're talking about the Athabasca Sand Dunes. The question is, how did a desert end up so far north in a country that's stereotyped about their cold and snow in particular?
Yeah.
But first, let me emphasize how unique and distinct this desert actually is. When you think of Canada's north, you probably think of polar bears, mountains, and ice.
Yes.
But along Lake Athabasca, there's a massive 1,925 square kilometer sand dune. The Athabasca Sand Dunes are the most northerly active sand dunes on Earth, as well as Canada's largest sand surface. The Athabasca Sand Dunes are Canada's biggest active sand surface, stretching roughly 100 kilometers along the south side of Lake Athabasca, with breathtaking scenery, dunes as high as 30 meters, and a unique environment rich in rare and endemic species. The Athabasca Sand Dunes Ecological Reserve, located in the Mayville River Wildland Park 200 kilometers north of Fort McMurray, is the province's largest ecological reserve and encompasses part of Alberta's largest active sand dune system.
Oh my gosh!
This portion of the dunes is around 8 kilometers long and 1.5 kilometers wide, with 60-meter high cames that are among the largest in the world. These high dunes are...
Okay, hold on. To be classified as a desert, does that mean that it doesn't rain? Does this part of Canada ever get much rain? Oh my gosh, it's absolutely insane, because this desert is located off a huge lake. How does that work? Oh my God. And it's like this all year round. It doesn't get any snow. No wonder this video is called, Why is there a desert in Canada? Odd geography. I can't get my head around all the science word or the geographic words. I'm just not that switched on upstairs. But yeah, I find this really, really fascinating. Who has been to these sand dunes? Some of them looked really, really high. You know, you can toboggan down there. You just get a boogie board and down you go. What sort of animals are out there? I'm not quite too sure. I am so fascinated to learn more about these sand dunes. Let's keep on going.
Gradually spreading north, burying jack pine woods and filling in small lakes, leaving behind a flat, desolate plain. Arctic terns, which are not known to nest anywhere in Alberta, have been spotted breeding in the reserve.
Wow.
This one-of-a-kind geological environment has created a distinctive habitat for a few plant species that are found nowhere else on the planet. Rare species of willow, chickweed, hairgrass, and flucose tansy are among the indigenous flora. The dunes are home to 300 plant species, 10 of which are indigenous and at least 42 of which are considered uncommon. The continually shifting sands regularly devour its flora, and travelers have observed skeletal trees rising from beneath dunes they were previously on top of.
Oh, yeah.
So now that we've made clear how incredible this geographical feature is,
It's really
we
cool.
can move on to the part we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
How did a literal
Yes.
sandy desert end up all the way in the Canadian province of Alberta?
How did it get
It
here?
all started with the time of the Ice Age and forming glaciers.
Okay.
The Earth's climate began to cool around 10 million years ago,
Yeah.
leading to the vast Ice Age of the last 2 million years.
Wow.
Continental glaciers grew and receded alternatively during the Ice Age. The ice reached as far south as Alberta, but even further south to U.S. territories like southern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio at its peak. The last glacier receded from this section of Michigan about 11,800 years ago. However, the Athabasca sand dunes are thought to be 8,000 years
Athabasca
old,
sand
having
dunes.
formed near the end of the last glacial period. Canada is thought to be one of the last countries that faced the glacial period far later than the U.S. its last
Okay.
period. Scientists are still debating the reason of the Ice Age, but the emergence of glaciers is undeniable. It only takes more snow to fall in the winter than melts in the summer for a glacier to form. When this happens over
Oh,
time,
yeah.
an ever-deepening permanent snow cover forms. The lower layers of snow progressively change to ice due to melting, refreezing, and the weight of the underlying snow. When the ice thickens enough, it begins to flow. It is now turned into a glacier. As a glacier advances across the terrain, it collects boulders, gravel, and other debris, which freezes into the glacier's lower levels. As a result, the glacier becomes a formidable erosion agent. Even the basins of the Great Lakes were once river valleys that were enlarged and deepened by glacier erosion. Anyway, the mountainous moraines of this area show evidence of glacial action. The glacier functioned as a conveyor belt, transporting rock debris to new sites. The glacier paused long enough to leave a ridge of glacial debris when the pace of forward motion was balanced by the rate of melting.
Wow, are you guys getting all of this? It's a lot to take in upstairs, isn't it? It's really, really fascinating stuff. So what, basically, this all turns into sand. It took thousands of years, but all this ice eventually turned into sand, and that's how we've got the Athabasca Desert. I hope I've said that right. I know if I haven't, you guys in the comments are gonna let me know. Like I said, on the Discord channel, I'm getting so many cool pictures of Canada at the moment, seeing it snowing in heaps of beautiful provinces all throughout Canada. Loving seeing all the footage, man. It makes my heart so warm to see all the beautiful snowfall. So guys, join us on Discord. Share me all the pictures in the In Real Life channel. And in a few weeks, we'll make an awesome video. Okay, let's keep on going. Hope this is not too sciencey for you. I'm loving hearing about it. Trying to make it all work upstairs. Let's just keep on going.
A moraine is the resulting ridge.
A moraine.
Now, a sand dune is just a wind-deposited sand pile. The term sand refers to a particular size, roughly the size of a sugar grain.
Yes.
Sand is just the correct size to be blown by the wind and deposited to form a sand dune. A dune frequently forms around a barrier, such as a stone or a clump of grass, where the wind begins to slow. This little dune creates an impediment, causing more sand to be deposited. As a result, the dune grows in size. Still, this isn't exactly how the sand was formed around by the glacier's deposited rocks. The sand of the Athabasca Dunes came in a different way, but how?
Yes, how?
Well, the name of the tiny desert has everything to do with the story behind this weirdly placed sand dunes. The dunes were named after their mother, Lake Athabasca.
Okay.
Lake Athabasca is a glacial lake in Canada that lies between Saskatchewan and Alberta, slightly south of the Northwest Territories.
Have a go at
The lake,
that.
which covers around 7,935 square kilometers, is Canada's 8th largest partially in Canada, but the 4th largest lake located entirely in Canada.
Wow.
However, whereas the Athabasca Dunes is a relic of Lake Athabasca is a relic of the massive Lake McConnell. Lake McConnell was a huge lake, later divided into 3 major lakes,
God.
Great Bear Lake, Great Slave Lake, and Lake Athabasca.
You guys have got
The
heaps of
total
big
area of
lakes,
the
haven't
former
you?
lake in all phases was 240,000 square kilometers. This is comparable to big countries like Ghana, Uganda, and even the United Kingdom. The lake was mainly formed during the glacial period, simply due to downwarping of the basin or watershed by glacial ice.
So cool.
Later,
man.
due to isostatic rebound, it divided the 3,500-year-old vast lake into the Great Slave Lake, Great Bear Lake, and Lake Athabasca. The rise of land masses following the removal of the massive weight of ice sheets during the last glacial epoch is known as isostatic rebound. Simply
hold
said,
on.
the ice melts and sinks into the ground.
Oh my gosh, I just want to pause it on that. I have seen footage, guys. Friends on Discord have sent me footage of them having to shovel snow already. It's absolutely hilarious. It would be a horrible daily task to have to get up and shovel your snow early in the morning. Do you have to get up like an extra hour earlier just to shovel snow so you can get your car out, go on your way to work and so on? Oh my gosh. This is a really, really cool video. It highlights just how many awesome large lakes you guys have in Canada. Absolutely incredible. Great stuff. Loving this video. Trying to get my mind all around the sciencey stuff. Still fascinating. Absolutely fascinating stuff.
As a result of the increased volume in the ground, the elevation rises.
Yes.
This resulted in the creation of the Athabasca Lake
Okay.
and the mother of the Athabasca Dunes. Now, this is the part we've all been waiting for, the creation of the Athabasca Desert.
Yes.
As glaciers withdrew, meltwater swept massive amounts of sand, silt, and sediment from local sandstone into Lake Athabasca,
Wow.
whose water level was substantially greater at the time than it is now. However, the enormous sand piles were uncovered as the lake level dropped to its current depth level, leaving sand to its shores. After this, the wind did its work, creating dunes around rocks into the Canadian desert we know today.
I was thinking
Now,
it
the
need
sand
wind.
dunes are highly unstable, continually shifting due to winds that push the dunes at the area's margins into the adjacent woodland. Evidence also implies that fires have had a significant impact on the winds that shape the dunes.
Oh, yeah.
The dunes have a parabolic shape in general. The underlying sandstone layers are nearly totally covered by the sand. The bedrock is often 20 kilometers, 12 miles below ground. The entire sandy terrain, including places south of the dunes, serve as a massive aquifer, affecting plant life and dune formation greatly. The dunes.
How can there be sand dunes and then huge mountain plains? It's absolutely insane. And they said that the sand dunes were pretty unstable. So I'm guessing, tourists aren't going up there tobogganing down on like boogie boards and tires and stuff like that. Not like we do on some of the islands here in Australia on the sand dunes that we have. Your guys are unstable. You could fall down there and that's it. You're a cactus, mate. You are done for. This was so cool. I absolutely love this video. Shout out to Cam. Cool video. I believe it was only released about 3 months ago. Yeah. So I love that you guys jump on and you find current suggestions for me. You guys mightn't have seen them, so we can watch them and learn together. And that is really, really cool. Another reason why I ask you guys to join us on Discord and share your suggestions. This is fantastic.
Dunes are an isolated attraction that can only be reached by float plane or boat. And their delicate ecosystem is carefully monitored by the park administration.
So you're not driving here.
Because there are no adjacent communities or conveniences, only the most daring travelers can conquer these unique sand dunes. And so that's the story of the weirdly situated, famous Canadian desert. It's fascinating how today's nature is created by natural appearance millions and millions of years ago.
Oh my gosh, why there is a desert in Canada, odd geography. I absolutely loved it. It was so fascinating to learn about why you guys have a desert. Because when you think of Canada, you think about the land of the Great North, you think about your lakes, you think about snow. You don't think that there is a desert in Canada anywhere with sand dunes that high, and it goes for what? It stretches for like over 1,200 kilometers. You never ever would have thought that. And of course, you see somebody snowboarding on sand dunes in Canada. I absolutely love that video. That was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course, remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Also, guys, has anybody been to these sand dunes? Has anyone taken a plane ride over and had a good look? It looks absolutely incredible. If you have, please jump on and share your stories. Cheers from down under. Take care. Bye.